Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about the risks of staking your merit circle and whether or not it is for you. And just to get started, if you have a lot of merit circle, like over $10,000 or $100,000 or $1,000,000, go away. This video isn't for you. Long story short, all you have to do is flexible staking and you'll be fine. But if you're anyone like me that has like $1,000 or something like that in merit circle, this video is for you. So some fundamental premises in order for you to understand the rest of this video is that one, or two, I am very bullish on merit circle. I'm a huge merit circle bull. $1,000, is kind of a lot for me to just throw into a quote unquote shitcoin because, by all metrics, this is kind of a shitcoin. APR. What is this APR that we're talking about when trading, when staking? Well, APR, for one thing, includes compound interest. See, if you read this thing right here, basically it includes every single time your money gets compounded by interest, it adds it into the next compounding interest. So pretty simple. If you want to know what APR is, you're basically giving Merit Circle, the company, a loan. And so that's why APR, which is a loan terminology, you're basically giving them money in order for them to do a lot of other things that they want to do, and in return they'll give you a certain percentage every single whatever staking. That's why you get yield from your staking. That's what it is. And another misconception is that these APRs are not set in stone. They change depending on how much Merit Circle is currently staked. So as these values, the total value lock, goes up or down, these APRs will go up and down as well. So for an example, I made this video about staking November 8th, which was 11 days ago, and you get to see that I don't think I'm going to be staking my Merit Circle. There we go. The APR for this was 232, 330, 233. APR for this was 2,025. And if you go take a look today, 183%, 1,200%. So the trend of these APRs is down. So whatever APR you see right now, you will probably not be getting this APR. So that's one of the most important fundamental premises. And number 4 is that staking costs 2 gas fees, and 1 gas fee is needed to collect the reward. And in order to unstake, I believe it is going to be, they're not very clear, but it is 1 or 2. And so just to show proof of this, we're going to go to Merit Circle's published paper or article, and let's get down to it over here. So to even start staking, you have to pick your settings, right? And then once you approve, that's 1 gas fee as shown here. You'll have to confirm the transaction and gas fees before confirming your transaction. And then gas fee number 2, after you have approved the contract to spend your MC tokens, you have to make the second transaction. So this is how you actually stake. And so they confirm by saying you'll have to confirm the transaction. Please review in the gas fees before blah, 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 blah. All right. And also, and let me go down to how much it costs to collect the rewards. Collecting Merit Circle rewards, start by pressing claim. Please review the details and the gas fees before confirming. So that's a lot of gas fees. Okay, and also going back, premise number 5, staking rewards are locked for 12 months. So if I am to stake $1,000 right now, I will not be able to get those rewards until November of 2022, a year from now. And here's the proof right here. I'm clicking on the left. Please be aware that rewards are subject to a 12-month long lock as described in our token economics. I'm sure a lot of people did not read this because it's like one little sentence out of all of this. So please be aware of that. You cannot get your Merit Circle back, your rewards back for 12 months. Okay. And number 6, currently no exchanges to buy and sell Merit Circle. You can't get it right now on Coinbase or Binance or whatever, right? You can only get it from dexes like Uniswap. And in order to get that, you have to use MetaMask. So you basically these gas fees in order to even get this thing it's just a cost. You're going to have to do it for now. And we're going to go through some scenarios on why I think it's not a good idea to stake. And to do that, we're just going to assume that Merit Circle is going to hit a market cap of $10 billion, which is around $234 a coin. And if you think that sounds ridiculous, I kind of don't think that's that ridiculous. Currently, market cap is $353 million. Currently, it's at $8.30 at the time of this video. Okay. And also, my last fundamental premise is that I am basing all of this on the fact that the market cycle will peak between March and June of 2022. So that basically means, if you don't know already, Bitcoin runs in cycles, big bull runs and big bear drawdowns. And I think in November of 22 is going to be around the bottom, literally probably the bottom of the bear market. And so that is a very important premise that you need to take with me in order to understand this. So Merit Circle will probably drop 85%, probably past 90% during the next bear market of next year. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's staking. It's not going to go down that much. Proof of this is ADA. ADA, when we had that big drop during the summer, ADA went down a whopping 61%. Right, and before that, it went down in April. It went down a whopping 40%, and this wasn't even the cycle peak where the actual bear market happens. This was a mini bear market, which was during the mid-cycle pullbacks, which happens every single cycle. And so, considering that, when that was happening, look at this article written in April 20th. ADA had 73% of its circulating supply staked. So any argument saying that just because it's staked, it's going to protect you from the downside, it is absolutely not true. Right now, you could easily look at these numbers, and based on the total value that's locked compared to the market cap, around 67% of Merit Circle supply is staked. But you could also make the argument that Merit Circle is locked. You can't pull out your money for some time, and ADA you could take out at any time. But I will ask you that, what do you think will happen if we're at the bottom of the bear market and people are finally are able to pull out their money in Merit Circle? It's probably going to go down. And if you want proof of that, just look at GameStop. You guys all remember this. Remember over here, everyone was saying diamond hands, do not sell. Robinhood even didn't let you sell. You can only buy. Or I think it was you can only buy and you cannot sell or something. Either one of those. It still went down either way. So anytime you say, oh, none of us are going to sell or anything, that's bullshit. It's gonna sell off. And okay. Yeah, I wrote diamond hands like that. Okay, so now actually going to the meat of this video. I do not, with my $1,000 that I initially put into Merit Circle, which is now, if this thing can freaking pull up, is around $1,300 or $1,400. Yeah, $1,400. So I don't have a lot of Merit Circle, right? And so I don't want to stake. I think it's better to just buy or sell at the top of the market cycle when everything's over here, and then buy again when everything's down here. I do not want to stake flexible or locked. And I'm about to show you why. So let's assume one of our fundamental premise, 10 billion market cap. That's going to mean that means a $234 Merit Circle, and I have 169 Merit Circle. So you just multiply that, easy number. I'm expecting $39,000. So let's take scenario number 2, where we stake and not flexible, where you could pull out your money at any time. We're going to do lock staking. And I'm assuming that if you want to lock, you're going to want to go all the way 52 weeks and get this APR. All right. So first and foremost, the APR is with a weight of 2. Okay. And in order to do that, you're going to have to do a whole bunch of gas fees like we covered earlier. 2 gas fees in order to stake. And according to their article, their gas fees, let's see, I had it over here. In order to make the transaction go through, they recommended on their own website, we advise you to manually set your gas limits to 300,000 and 150 GUI to make sure your transaction will go through. Okay. And if you want to calculate what that actually meant, this is from Ethereum's own website on how to calculate gas units. And this is after the London upgrade. And let's just take a look. Okay. So GUI right now is at about 102, but when I was making this, it was around, what was it? It was like 132, but it's like probably the same thing. So using the numbers that they gave us, 300,000 gas limit and whatever, and the GUI right now, I came to the conclusion that with the tips and everything, it's going to be this much gwei. Okay. And we know gwei is 10 to the power of negative 9th ETH. And so if you convert that, this is how much gas fee you will pay per transaction. Okay. And with current Ethereum prices being around 4,200, 4,300, and again, the numbers are a little off because I wrote this all earlier, each gas fee will be $182, which I can say for myself is kind of accurate because that's how much I had to pay in order to even get the ETH into Merit Circle earlier. So if it takes 2 gas fees to even stake in the first place, that means for me, it's going to cost me $365 just to freaking stake this thing. But remember, I'm just a broke college student. I don't have more money outside to put into this thing. So if I want to even have the Ethereum to stake it in the first place, I'm going to be having to take it out of my current Merit Circle. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to convert some Merit Circle into ETH in the first place. And so that's probably going to be another gas fee. So in total, that's $550 just in gas fees. Okay. And if we convert that to how much Merit Circle is, $8, like around roughly around $8, that's going to mean 66 Merit Circle just to stake this thing in the first place. So we subtract that by how much Merit Circle I have now, which how much it'll cost to stake it. This is how much Merit Circle I'll have to even stake in the first place. And we're going to do the APR, which was 183%. And if it's a percent, if you remember your math classes, it's going to have to be a decimal point like this. And so that means if I stake for 52 weeks, I am going to get 189 Merit Circle profit. And also, while I go through this, feel free to use any of this on your own Merit Circle amounts because, this works for everyone else. So feel free to use this for your own calculations. So this is how much I get in profit, and this is how much I put in initially. So in total, I will have 293 Merit Circle, which is great, right? It's a whole lot greater than what I started with, which was 169. But remember, one of our fundamental premise is that by the time I am able to even pull out this amount of Merit Circle and cash it in, and the 12-month lockup period for the rewards, I believe during that time, during November 2022, it's going to be in the middle of the bear market. So let's just play with the idea that Merit Circle reaches a $10 billion market cap. Okay, so with that, whatever the peak is, I'll feel great because I'll have $68,000. Whippy dippy doo, I'm still rich. But remember, November 2022 is when I could actually cash it in, and by then I think Merit Circle will go down 85% regardless of the staking and everything. Okay, so that's why I think that in the end, when I finally get these rewards, I'll only have 10K. Okay, compared to my 39K, which I think I'll get. And to add salt on the wound, you have to pay gas fee for even collecting the rewards. So this is the rewards I'll be getting in 52 weeks. I'll have to pay a gas fee on that, which will be cheaper than 182, but I'll still have, it's like adding salt on the wound. And you probably, even though they haven't disclosed exactly how to unstake and how many transactions that is, it's probably going to be 1 or 2 gas fees to unstake, which so that's like 2 or 3 gas fees, which sucks. So this probably not the right option for any whales. If you're a multi-billionaire or even if you're a small guy like me, probably not a good idea to stake if you believe that we are going to get a market cycle peak at around here, and the bear market's going to be when the rewards are available. Okay, so understand these premises. That's why I wanted to go over these premises first. And the premise I do think is a little accurate. Okay, so flexible staking. This is what everyone likes to talk about because everyone understands the cycles. All right, so currently, as I've shown you earlier, the flexible, but all of these APRs are on a downtrend. They will get lower. Right now is 91.69%. You will not get this. I guarantee you this will either be lower, probably a lot lower, more likely lower than higher. Okay? And so the whole point of flexibility, the reason why we want to do this is we all want to get out before the bear market. We all know Bitcoin will top. We all know the market will top, and we want to get out before that. Okay, so if that's the case, I think that the market will top between March and June of 2022. So that's not a whole 12 months, which is what an APR is. That's why we went over what it is. It's your returns for the entire year. So if I think that the market cycle top is going to happen in 4 to 7 months, then this number is not accurate. It's going to be more like 53% APR. Because if I, based on my metrics, the farthest the market cycle will go is 7 months. 7 months out of the 12 months in a year is this number. And we multiply that with the APR. This is going to be your actual APR. Okay. So remember, you're not going to get this APR. It's going to be this if you're trying to get up before everything goes to shit. And it's probably not even going to be this because remember, APR is in a downtrend. So this is what we went over high earlier over here, the gas fee per transaction. We went over that already. Staking, 2 gas fees, but in order to even have the Ethereum to even use this thing, I'm going to have to take out Merit Circle and convert that to ETH. So that's another transaction. And so in total, that's going to be 66. Merit Circle, that's the cost. Blah, 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 blah. So the Merit Circle that I'll actually have to stake for flexible staking is 103 Merit Circle. And so this is the APR that we calculated over here because we think the market cycle top is going to happen in a couple months. So this is the actual amount of Merit Circle I'll actually be getting, which is great. This is free Merit Circle. This is literally free money. And you add that with the initial amount that I put in. So this is how much I'll have, which if you really think about it is not better than if I have not staked at all because of the gas fees. So once again, if you are a whale with so much freaking money, you don't know what to do with it, this is not a problem for you. You probably want to do flexible staking. But if you're a smaller guy like me, and I'm guessing the vast majority of people watching this video, you do not want to stake, flexible stake at all. You'll probably get eaten alive by gas fees from me. Now, I know, some people will have 3,000, 5,000. Do the math yourselves, and you'll see that, it's kind of not worth it. And so remember, flexible means I get out my initial investment before the lockup period. So market cycle peak, I sell my initial investment for what we think will be a $10 billion market cap. But remember, it's going to cost you a fee in order to get your money out, right? This is the gas fee. So 24K. Great. So a couple months go by, and then your rewards, which if we remember is 55 Merit Circle, will finally be unlocked. So you could finally take this out. And if you remember, we think that's going to be in the middle of the bear market. Merit Circle probably down 85%. So this is the part where everything goes really well. This is the peak, and then the bear market happens. So times 15.15 to accommodate for the negative 85% down pullback or a crash on Merit Circle. And so that means your 55 Merit Circle will be worth $1,900. Okay. And that's not even counting the gas fees for even collecting the rewards. Okay. So for your endeavor, for flexible staking, if you have a small amount of Merit Circle, in this case, I'll get 26K compared to 39K if I have just not staked at all and just sold at the top of the cycle. Okay. And obviously everyone's number is going to be a little different. I'm just showing you mine, and I'm just trying to show the whole thing, the whole gist of all this, right? So you can do your own math. It's not so simple as just, I'm going to stake, it's a big pot of gold, it's risk-free. All right, it's not. Please go over the math. So remember, one of the premises, I am a Merit Circle bull. Okay, the reason why I'm making this video and the reason why I want to do this and not stake is so I can buy more Merit Circle at the bottom of the bear market with 39K. Right, I could buy more MC with 39K than 26K, which I'll get from flexible staking, or 10K, which is if I lock for 52 weeks. Okay, so with that 39K, and at the bottom of the market, the gas fees will probably be low. And I'll just get whatever this is, if this is an accurate number, and I'll just lock stake it for 52 weeks at a time and keep collecting the rewards for years. This is the play, okay? I am playing the long-term game. I want to get as much Merit Circle as I can because I am a Merit Circle bull and I am a crypto bull, okay? Doing this of not staking, I think will actually net me, in my personal situation, more Merit Circle than if I stake, okay? So before you're about to ask any questions or dislike the videos, as I said earlier, for the whales with millions or hundreds of thousands or even tens of thousands, flexible staking is the way to go, okay? Or short-term lock staking. You don't have to do 52 weeks, okay? You could just do like 20 weeks or 15 weeks, okay? And if you do that, that's absolutely fine. But only if you sell at the top, okay? Only if you sell at the top of the market before we go down in this 80%, 90% downturn, which do not think for a second will not happen. Okay, we absolutely will get this. I almost never say that ever, but we are pretty close to 100% probability of a bear market happening. Okay, and so please, you have to understand that. Okay, and also if you're a whale, obviously gas fees don't eat you up alive. And whether or not you're a whale, it's still not a good idea to do a 52-week lockup if you could time the tops and bottoms. So, and also providing liquidity is another way for you to make money. This isn't really staking, but this is a quote unquote passive income. And the reason why the APR is so high is because you're getting rewarded for taking on extra risk. Okay. And honestly, it is pretty risky because the main problem is impermanent loss. So if you know anything about providing liquidity on Uniswap or these DEXs, is that this is a concept that happens when the price of either asset, so either the Ethereum or Merit Circle, rises too high and throws off the ratio. So like, let's say for example, 1 Ethereum equals 10 Merit Circle. If all of a sudden that ratio gets messed up where it's like 2 Ethereum for like 500,000 Merit Circle, like the ratios, they start getting wonky. Your losses are usually greater compared to HODLing. So you get to see that I have that tab open. No, where's my tab? Okay, here it is. So this article explains impermanent loss. If the price change is greater than 5x, you'll get a 25% loss compared to HODLing. And that is a problem because right now, Merit Circle is a $351 million market cap. Ethereum is 506 billion. Okay, so if literally this thing does like anything, it's gonna this has such a higher probability of shooting up to $1 billion or whatever, and Ethereum probably won't go 10x higher than what it is right now, which is something Merit Circle can do. So the ratios, and I've done some rough calculations, quote unquote calculations. I sound so nerdy. But comparing the market caps in our scenario, in our fundamental premise, Merit Circle has a 10 billion market cap, so that's 28x higher. ETH, I think, can 3x to 5x from here. Ultimately, that adds up to a 6x price change. So that's even greater than what the worst case scenario is for this. You'll be getting a greater than 25% loss compared to just HODLing. So providing liquidity is super risky. Obviously, there's techniques and ways for people to do it, but I'm making this video for the average Joe, and probably not a good idea to provide liquidity. All right, so the solution here, obviously, is just HODLing until the next cycle. This is honestly the super smart way of doing it. You don't need to, because honestly, a lot of the numbers that we just went over depends on whether or not we time the tops and the bottoms, which I am going to say right now is extremely risky. But again, I'm 21 years old, so I'm willing to take on that risk. I'm making that choice. But it is really hard to time those tops and bottoms. And so honestly, none of this would matter if you plan on just staking forever and ever for like 4 or 5 years, okay? So that's just what I wanted to end the video with. Please let me know if I did the math wrong, and I honestly don't care if you call me out on the comments. And there's no conclusion. That was my conclusion. So just a brief summary. If you're like me, in my situation with $1,000 in Merit Circle initially, just time the tops and bottoms. I say that like that's easy, but if you're a whale, just flexible staking. But remember, it depends on getting out on the top and selling on the top and just buying back in on the bottom. That's what's so important, okay? Please read all the white papers, or not even the white paper, just like everything that you can about this, because I know for a freaking fact, a vast majority of people staking don't know that it's locked for 12 months or the rewards are locked for 12 months. So that's just the video I wanted to make. I know it's a long one, but I did go into like a detailed breakdown of what I was talking about. And if you made it all the way to the end, please like, please subscribe. I will be making more videos on Merit Circle and the entire crypto market in general. I do like doing technical analysis. All right. Bye, everyone. See you guys next time.